welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I am Connor Williams and we're back once again with another 24/7 news report. As always, we start this 24/7 news report with our headline news. And our headline news is that Everton are leading the race to sign Real Madrid midfielder and Spaniard Isco. His contract is up next summer, and this is according to Fajajes Net. That's how I'm going to pronounce that. As always, we love a poll on the Toffee Blues. Please go check out the Twitter because that's where they're posted and that's where you'll get your chance to vote. And your votes do get read out, as I'm about to do. But yeah, we do a poll. We did a poll for this as well because it's the biggie. It's a biggie, rumour player. So we said, would you take Isco at Everton? The poll is still open for another 19 hours and 31 minutes. So if you want to vote, please go over and do that and follow the account while you're there. Would you want Everton at Isco though? Isco at Everton. 432 of you voted. 46 of you were thumbs up. 54, including myself, thumbs down. Yeah, I would be a hypocrite to come on and say let's have him because he is exactly the player that I, for the last couple of videos, have said I don't want us to keep signing, which is players who've had their greatest years, had their prime moments, have gone off the boil for the last couple of years, whether that's because they're playing or they're not getting the chance or whatever. They've gone off the boil slightly. They will come for big money. We will probably give them the money. We'll probably give them a good contract for 2-3 years. And we will, at the end of it, if it doesn't work, struggle to sell them, let them go on a free, or we will just end up with somebody who will never, or feel like they will never leave the club. There's a tons of players that we've done this with. To a lesser extent, James Rodriguez, we really struggled to get rid of him after we decided as a club we didn't want him this summer. So now he's had to go out to, the Middle East to get a club, because we really did struggle to offload him because of his wages, supposedly. We did this with Morgan Schneiderlin's another one where it felt like he was going to be at the club forever. Fabian Delph currently feels like he's going to be there forever. And a couple that run down their contract, Yannick Bolasie, players like that, who just run down their contract because nobody wants them and you can't sell them, so what you're going to do. But yeah, I don't need to tell you the exact type of players because if you're an Everton fan, right now, and a lot of these names will send shudders. And for me, it's a risk that he could be like that. I don't know if he has got his glory years back in him. At one point, I really liked him. I thought he was one of the best number 10s out there. This was about 4 years ago. I've not watched a lot of him because I don't think he plays a lot, which is always a bit damning. Ancelotti's not keen on him, clearly. Yeah, for me, I just want to avoid this. And he's not a player that I'd associate heavily with Rafa Benitez's career, other than I think their paths might have crossed when Benitez was at Madrid, and maybe a little bit more when he's in Spain, but right now the only one that strikes me is Madrid. I don't think they cross paths in any other, but I might be wrong on that one. But he doesn't strike me as a Benitez player either, to be honest. Benitez demands a lot of hard work. They could have potentially crossed paths a little bit earlier in their career, but twice in Benitez's long career doesn't scream. It's not like Ancelotti with Rodriguez where there was a good relationship there. He didn't try and tempt him to go anywhere else that he's been. Not like Rondon and Benitez's relationship. So yeah, for me, it's a no. He's 29. If we gave him a 3-year contract, he'd be 32 by the end of it. And my other worry is he will struggle to adapt to the Premier League. It's physical. It's not very nice weather. But the main one is it's physical. He won't get time on the ball. He's quite a slender build. He's just going to get knocked off. Even if say now we get him and I'm wrong and he's quality, he'll have to be really quick because there's no way, the way Premier League players are, there's no way he's getting a lot of time on the ball. Somebody will come and just shove him over, because that's what the Premier League is. And that's not a diss on the Premier League. I wish it was a little bit rougher. It certainly is this season. Last season was a bit soft, but I wish it was a little bit rougher. But it's still rough compared to some leagues. Moving on though from that big one, we've got another player that fits a similar mould. Everton want to bring Alexis Sanchez back to the Premier League in a surprise swoop, according to a report. The hard tackle cites Fajarez again, claiming Rafael Benitez is a long admirer of the Chilean international and understands a veteran forward can spark energy to the Blues' attack. The article states that Sanchez, who does turn 33 in December, has had spells at Arsenal and obviously United, which didn't work out very well, but he may be able to arrive on a free as Inter are desperate to get his hefty wages off the bill. Where do we begin? 33 years old, we'll start with that. If I've just said Isco's a little bit of the wrong age, 33. Hefty wages we'll move on to. And I don't think Sanchez is going to come for a year. I think it'll be a 2-year deal. I think surely Everton wouldn't offer any more than that. But I don't think Sanchez would sit there for a year. Maybe Benitez can convince him of that, or Brands, or whoever does our transfers. Brands, Majiri, Benitez, Ken Wright, everyone who's got a hand in it, according to that Athletic article. Yeah, maybe they can convince him for a year, but I'm not convinced. And the hefty wages bit as well puts me massively off. It's just, I obviously it's all paper talk, so take it all with a pinch of salt. But if these were to be genuinely true, I would wonder how many times we have to get burnt by the same situation before we start to learn from this. And it appears there's still plenty of burn to happen. Moving on though, and we've got one this time of a player maybe potentially possibly moving out, and that is a claim from Spain that Manchester United want Blues midfielder Abdoulaye Doucoure, but it seems unlikely he'll be leaving Goodison Park anytime soon. Fajarez, again, really big in the news today, have said Abdoulaye Doucoure is the man in question. The midfielder has been one of the best in his position in recent years in the Premier League and a driving force behind Rafa Benitez and the Toffees, know it. When he is well, the team grows and is almost always well. His aggressiveness to reach rival areas and his correct timing when defending in his area make him a box-to-box of the highest quality. In addition, his intelligence allows him to play also as a positional pivot, although it's not the most suitable position for him. At 28, it would be a giant step for him, but one which he would already be ready for. Teams like Liverpool and Tottenham have already been interested in him, and United do not want to be left behind. The price would be around 25 to 40 million euros. Now, Fajarez again, and a bit about themselves in this news report. I'm hoping the first two stories are absolute rubbish, and I'm going to assume this one is. I think Everton know Abdoulaye Doucoure's worth, and it is not 25 million euros. It's way more than that. The Liverpool link as well, you can scrap that right off. I don't think even Everton would be that daft. And we're probably not going to sell him to United either. I can't see this happening, in all honesty, just because, not for that fee anyway, not for that fee. I think this Fajarez are getting a bit about themselves and just need to cool it down just a little bit. Next we have Everton are moving ahead with some of their Premier League rivals for Filip Juric, according to a report. The Serbian international midfielder, who turns 30 in January, plays for Serie A side Sassuolo, and has previously had a loan spell in England with Southampton back in 2015. Sport Witness cites Calcio Mercato, claiming that the Blues are in the mix with West Ham and the Saints, but reckon that the chase for the player of the summer seems rather fortunate. They say the thought of three Premier League clubs tussling for Juric seems hard to believe. The player's contract expires at the end of the current season, so clearly there's no agents at work behind the scenes. So clearly there are agents at work behind the scenes, sorry. So yeah, that one has come out of nowhere. Again, we seem to be picking up all the players all the time. I don't know when we'll learn from this. Not even in the prime years after that. I don't know. I think this is agents trying to get him a good move, whether that be us, West Ham or Southampton. We'll have to wait and see. It's come a bit random. I don't remember being linked with him before today. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But this is all we've got time for today on the 24/7 News Report. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go check us out on Twitter, myself and the Toffee Blues separately, especially the Toffee Blues. You vote on the poll, I'll read it out, done deal. But yeah, go check them out, and don't forget to comment down below on anything I've discussed today. Do you like the look of Isco, or do you think I'm right about the age? Same with Sanchez, same with Jurovic, and how amusing is the Doucoure rumours? I think for hires are just, I mean, trying to get clicks, in all honesty, and it might work. But yeah, also guys, just want to mention, don't forget we will have we'll be doing the extra time match review tomorrow, which is sure to be entertaining. Entertaining is probably the best word to describe it. I'm sure it'll be entertaining. I'm sure it'll be fueled with a lot of anger, because I think as a fan base we are all still quite fuming from the weekend, quite rightly. So it should be an entertaining watch, and very good. I'll be watching it. And don't forget that if you want any of your Everton merchandise, tops, cups, key rings, magnets, don't forget it is coming up to that time of year where, I don't want to say it, but Christmas. You know, Christmas is coming, guys. And if you want to get your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your mate, anything from Everton, if you do it through the link in the channel, in the description down below, it massively helps out the channel, and we really do appreciate it. And if you're going to buy something off the Everton shop anyway, why not help the channel out? You know? But anyway, that is all I've got time for today, so stay safe, and I'll see you very soon.